Hi, welcome to another video on my Arduino Yun with breadboard and some electronics, including a switch and a motor. First of all, you will notice a change in screen. That is because I'm using a different computer with a full definition screen, full high definition. That being said, the last time that I did the video, I ended the remark that the transistor circuit to which the motor is connected is not quite right for some reason. Also, the quite irritating fact that for some reason in this software I have changed a few things, but what remains is that if I let me connect to it, serial monitor, I have to give some character input, and after having given some character input, I can try to give some input, as you can see, and it gives some output value. But the switch says 1 and the switch says 0, while in reality I keep pressing the switch. So there is something not quite alright. Now, looking at where output value 1 is being printed, that is not here. Oh, now I notice I've made a mistake. I'm using the wrong sketch. That can be that can happen. This is an ouch. I have to use this one. So away with this. Let me do it this way. Close. Now let me see, because I'm at the Arduino Yun. I already wondered about the code. No, not a serial plotter. Serial monitor I have to use. Where is my serial monitor? My plotter is open. Alright, let me close this, open it, serial monitor, it's still going on, and let me press the switch again. Switch is 0 while I press the switch. Alright, now I'm going in the right direction. As I done before that, I opened the wrong Arduino sketch. Anyway, now that we're looking at this one, but the result is the same. It says switch 0 and switch 1. Switch is 1. And that is not correct, because now I am pressing and holding the switch. So now I've released the switch, holding it again, and still the output value is 186. Where is it printed? Once again. Alright. Something is not quite alright, because I am using here the sensor value is 1 and 0 and not a true value, which is printed here, by the way. So where does it come from? I need to check it again. Okay, the first problem was that the variable of output sensor value 1 got the value, that didn't change. I found that I did that by using a fixed value instead of a sensor reading. And now I'm trying to focus on this part of the circuit. Transistor, LED and motor attached to the output of the transistor. And for some reason that does not work, even in such a way that this LED doesn't work. Now let me test again, giving some values in the serial monitor. And you see the red LED going on. Then the LED comes up. However, the motor doesn't do a thing. Is that a matter of timing? I don't really know. What I do know is that on the other Arduino I have the motors put up using a resistor. And this one doesn't have a resistor yet, so I am going to change this setup a little bit. Just a little bit. And put this resistor in between. Do I expect it to change? Not really, but I can always try. Another series of characters in the input, and let's see what happens. Well, the only thing that happens is that the LED with the transistor burns less brightly, which is because of the resistor, but it still does not run. A thought that occurred to me is that might be because of the pulsewidth modulation that is maybe still lacking. So what if I put some pulsewidth modulation into the code and get it working then? The switch is working. Now also I didn't pay attention to this LED, which should be working as well. So another series of characters. Yes, it definitely works. That one works, this one works, and this one does. Together with this one, so electronically everything works. By the way, I put a different jump wire here, blue one instead of green one. The blue one is a little bit longer than the green one. Apart from that, Nothing has changed yet. So yeah, back to code and introducing pulse modulation if possible. To use pulse modulation, I can of course put everything manually, but since I've used it on the Mega 2560, it is clever to just copy and paste. And then it is necessary to actually see which ones I can use actually. Therefore I take a look at the other board, and then it becomes clear that I should use the ones not yet digital, and that means that I can indeed use quite a lot, being 0 up to 13, which means all of them. And the one that is coming from the is going to the motor, to the transistor circuit, is pin 3. So pin 3 is this one, is indeed also timer 3, and right now it is set to 30 Hertz. So do I have already pin 3? Yes, that is analog out pin 3. Where do I use output analog out pin 3? Right here. And this is set to 0, but this is set to this preset value. So no matter what, this one should be having 30 Hertz pulse modulation inside it. If that is working, and if that is working the same way as on the other Arduino, I should have a nice working motor. But once again, a big if. And the only way to test it is do it. So, compiling, uploading, done uploading. So now going back here, giving some input, and now I'm very curious to see if the motor actually starts working. And this is very curious. Because right now it doesn't seem that anything is working at all. Well, there is something working, but I did change something quite a bit, because upon touching the switch, I see a red LED going on now and then, I see a lot of output being double, but no LEDs, no onboard LED, no LED, no motor. So I'm not quite sure what is going on. So something expected. Hmm. Yeah, this is really an unexpected result. Does it even work? Let's check out. Well, since it apparently didn't work, I did a little search and found that on the Arduino Yun there are only 7 pins available for pulse width modulation, being 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11 and 13, which provide 8-bit pulse width modulation to be used with the analog write function. Well, that is nothing new. And then they provide the method that you have you may have seen in my other Arduino video series, and I have disabled that for now in that series. But going back here, that means that I have to make a selection. So then it turns out that timer 0 can be used because it covers pin 13. Timer 3 can be used because it covers pin 3 and 5. And timer 4 can be used because it covers pin 6. Then where are pins 9, 10, 11 and 9, 10 and 11? I have no idea yet. Here they are already also in there. Whether this can work, well, we'll have to see. But the most important thing is pin 3, which is definitely covered here. So I should be able to use it, since I'm using pin 3. It is the analog write. Should I use it in a different way with another value? Well, in my other Arduino series it is dependent on the pot meter, which I don't have as you've seen on the in this series, which is why I am using this value, and the higher value is not appropriate. So for that reason right now I think I should stick with this. So not quite sure if it will work, but I am in any way confident that this should be working. I can't imagine it won't. Primarily considering the fact that I am using this correct one, which is exactly the same as they do it here, using the timer, and they AND, and they do an OR. which is exactly the same as I do in here. I do an AND with the eraser with digital 7, binary 111, and then an OR with a prescaler. This is already in the upload on the board. The question is, however, why it does not respond as could be. One thing I can do, by the way, is using the multimeter to measure the frequency, because if the frequency is alright, I should be measuring 30 Hz. According to the other data I used, let's check it. I'm using prescaler 5, it's 30 Hz. So that's something I should be able to find out. Let's go back to the board. So, since apparently my code would be alright, let's give some input again. And then check for a frequency. Now, I'm not touching the switch now. Now I am, so let's check for the frequency. This is not what I want to see. And neither is this. I want to see a frequency of 30 Hz. Needless to say, 30 Hz would be only a 3 here, and now it's in the kilohertz. So this certainly doesn't work. And I'm keeping the switch pressed right now. And for some odd reason the output in the serial monitor is completely double. Alright, the red LED is burning again. Oops, I'm blocking the display. Well, theoretically it should be working, because with the other Arduino I found out that even with a frequency into 60 kHz it still works. Just lower than 30 Hz it doesn't work. So there's still something wrong. And the motor is correctly connected. So I'm into the dark as to why it doesn't work. All connections are correct. This is pin 3. Okay, let me check if it is indeed pin 3. Yes, it is. Definitely. So that's not a problem. Which goes now via transistor into the base of the transistor. Then here an LED confirming that it is powered on to the mass, and this wire from the motor to the I think the collector of the transistor, and the other wire into the plus, and that is correctly set up. So once again a measurement, and it shows way beyond the expected 30. Now I'm releasing it this isn't even close to what should be expected. So this is actually leading me back to that website I showed you, using the other way to imply and apply pulse width modulation. So let's try that then. Although they didn't work with didn't work very well with the other Arduino, but maybe it is the right way for this one. Let's check it out. And like with this one, I have already copied the code from the other one. And of course I need to make sure that I have the correct pin. So this would be 60 Hertz. I can't get any lower than 60 Hertz, so this is going to be deleted. These ones as well, although they may come in handy. And this needs to be 3. So this should do it, but then to avoid confusion I need to comment out these ones. So this should give me a frequency by pulse width modulation of 60 Hertz. And in some cases they say don't hold your breath. I won't, but my expectation is high. So let's just do this and see whatever happens. Let's also check for one moment here. And they say this for the Arduino Uno, not the Yun, but I think I should use this board anyway, because it is certainly not this one, which is for the Mega 21, etc. It's not this one. These are small ones. So I don't see the 3, by the way. Digital 3. That's another thing, because these are the digital outputs, and for 3 they're using 2. Hold on. Is that correct? Is that as I know it? 5 and 6 are for 0? They are here on a different one. Here they are on a different one. Hold on. So if I want to use 3, digital 3, I should be using register 2. That's very different. So then let me comment all of them out, since I don't use them. I'm only using for pin 3. Alright, let's use 2 then. Digital 3, register 2. Alright. And then here they go down to 30 Hertz, and they do it with 111. How am I doing it now? Alright, I can do that as well. So I'm just copying this for now, putting it here. And how is the frequency exactly? 30.64. Alright. 30.64. But I'm doing only one. Let's keep it. Yeah, let's do 30. Won't hurt, I think. Not declared in this scope. Oh, that's a funny one. Yeah, wait. 2. Try again. Not declared in this scope. Oh, that is funny. How is this possible? 3. Let's try 3. That works. Alright. So I can't even use 2. Now that's a learning moment. That's odd. So I am going to provide some characters. Alright, not too many. Unable to connect. Alright, another one. Authorization fail. Nice. Alright, let's find out. Okay, so it was a matter of closing the serial monitor and uploading again, verifying, and then it works. However, a very small test shows that although this works when pressing the switch, this isn't even close to my expected 30 Hz or even 60 Hz. And that is a rather big disappointment. Now the other website shows that the default would be 490 Hz, but I'm not even close to that one. If I measure without touching the switch, I am at 14 kHz, 15 kHz, pressing the switch, but I need to input more characters again. I press the switch and then with the red, so let's measure the red one. That is not really what I want to see. Is this a matter of delay? That I need to set the delay for the red LED situation to quite some time? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not quite sure about this. But very remarkable is that the timer register 2, as indicated in the example or on the website, is not defined when I try it. But would that really be the case? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I introduced the pulsewidthmodulation, and I think I did it for the right reason, to get the motor working, which still doesn't. And of course electrically it is fine, because if I do this it works perfectly, but it should work like this if those wires would stay in place. And the rest works electrically, but software it doesn't. Thank you for watching. A bit closer, but not quite. If you like this video and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. You may also watch at my Instagram. If you don't want to subscribe, you can also follow me on Twitter. And yeah, well, this is certainly going to be continued, because I won't give up until I actually manage to get the motor working one way or another. To be continued. Bye bye.